Um, if you know me, you know I ask a lot of deep questions. I'm a critical thinker. I think outside the box, and I was I was sleeping actually when this question came to me, and so I figured I'd take this time to post it on YouTube to get some feedback. Now, in the Black community, we all know that over the past 10 years, 10 years or more, a lot of innocent Black people were gunned down. I'm not saying that they all were innocent, but a lot of them were. A lot of innocent people were gunned down by cops, and most cops who did the shooting said they were responding due to their proper training or the way they were taught. And the question is, because I don't know how to politically ask it to where it would stand correct, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Do you believe when all the killings took place? Because if you notice, there's not a lot of retaliation other than protests, and I say that meaning just as quick as a cop would gun down an African American in the streets, African Americans with guns, registered and unregistered alike, or African Americans associated with those who have guns, could have easily attempted to encourage the gun holders to begin shooting cops. Now, the question is, with all the bad publicity we get as African Americans, do you believe the reason African Americans have not responded with violence of its own, as in when a cop that appears racist or threatening, pull them over, or approach them in public, and they have weapons on them? Do you believe the reason that they have not shot cops is because of fear of jail, fear of being a murderer, or do you believe that African Americans are a lot smarter than they get credit for, and they understand the concept of two wrongs don't make a right? And I asked this question, and I know it's a heavy question, and that's why I'm hoping to get a lot of feedback. Um, like I said, over the last 10 years plus, we've been getting a lot of feedback on, oh, blacks are so bad. Blacks are the worst. They African Americans, they don't understand anything. They only think about themselves. All they do is protest to violence or protest for violence, and they don't understand peace and civilization. And I gotta stop and ask that question, because if we were as bad as they say we were, then don't you think we would be the ones killing cops in public and getting away with it? Or at the bare minimum, just shooting first instead of taking time to explain ourselves. I believe that we know that we should be created equal and should be viewed as equal, because at the end of the day, all we want is equality or equity too, but equality is the main point. And I personally feel like, as an African American, we didn't become nonviolent just because we fear the law. I think it's in our natural instincts not to be murderers, killers, and people of violence. I think most people who become violent are because they are constantly in violent situations, and they have the need to either defend, protect, or attack before assaulted. And knowing these things, you still did not see a spike in cop deaths. And that's why I had to ask this question. Why do you think America did not retaliate by killing cops? But instead, we actually protested. And I know people are going to throw in, well, even during the protests, there were looters and blah, blah, blah. Well, we're not worried about the looters. Some people use that as an opportunity to steal or pilfer, if you will. because of the circumstance that presented itself. But again, we're focused on why do you think the cop deaths have not spiked? Because of the fear of jail, the fear of being shot, the fear of being a murderer, or just the simple common sense to know two wrongs do not make a right. I look forward to hearing your feedback, and I hope to get a lot of feedback because through all the publicity surrounding Breonna Taylor and all the many names of innocents who were gunned down or wrongfully shot at, I just feel like we need an answer to that question. We need to bring to the light that we are a lot smarter than we get credit for. We are a lot more kind hearted than we get credit for. And our natural instinct is not to solve violence with violence. Honestly, I don't believe that has ever truly been our natural nature. We've been taught violence, we've been taught assault. It's kind of like, say, America's a parent, and we are all the children of America. The concept of two wrongs don't make a right goes down to the basics. The parents are quick to tell us, do as you're told, not as I do. And with that concept, I believe it. I believe that concept isn't fully observed like it should be because if America's the parents, America has been mentally condemning Black America. America has been financially hindering African American homes, um, almost to the point where most of us feel like the system has been actually worked against us to keep us into a poverty state of mind. Um, I know based on statistics, more African Americans have reached wealth in the last 5 years than the entire history of America. And it's been brought up in a few groups that I've been a part of to where they say COVID-19 could be a ploy to slow down the financial rate of African Americans due to credit card issues, loan issues, car payment issues, basically eliminate their ability to go to work, um, which would in return hinder their ability to pay their bills, which would in return put them into debt. So, yeah, I look forward to hearing feedback on this question. Um, like I said, I know it's heavy, but I wouldn't ask the question if it wasn't so valid, so front page. Um, what I really look forward to hearing from is the African Americans in America. I look forward to hearing their opinion to see if we're still living under the old code of fear, or are we advanced enough to know, or like have we always been, are we able to bring it to the light that violence is not our natural instinct? We have never really wanted to be violent. We may have retaliated, but we never fully wanted to be violent. And I hope with this video that it would reach America's heart, not just America, but foreigners, the Middle Easterns, like because all over the world, most people I come across, their initial instinct is black is bad, white is good, and I hope with all the progress we made over the last 5 years, I hope that we continue to make progress, not just over the last 5 years, but over the last thousand or two. You know, like we've made a lot of progress as an and as a unity group, and I look forward to seeing where we go next. Hopefully, I'm alive during this transition. I'm getting tongue tied here. Hopefully, I'm still alive during the transgressions uh, or the forward progression of the black ethnicity. Because the only way to prove that we're not who they say we are is by not being who they say we are. And I believe that the lack of retaliation through gun violence and cop murders or law enforcement murders is a very strong statement that has been overlooked. And I'm just one of those people who like to shed a little light to a dark situation. So, yeah, feel free to leave comments. Feel free to message me privately. Don't forget to subscribe. I would like to do more videos from my cell phone because I needed that. With that being said, I come in contact with everyday people where we have these similar conversations. And unfortunately, I don't have my laptop everywhere I go. So I don't have time to just whip it out, record a quick segment, and post it on YouTube. If I can get 1,000 subscribers, I would be able to use my mobile device and record these videos on every day so we can hear the hearts and minds of the American people. Um, that's all for now. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to hearing your opinions.